We're about to preview the rest of the Dallas Cowboys schedule this year, but first, I want to hear your predictions in the comments section. What do you think the Cowboys' record will be this season? The Cowboys are about to enter one of their tougher parts of their schedule with a bunch of games in a short time period. So I figured now is a great time to preview the rest of the games and make an updated record prediction because the Cowboys are going to do a lot better than what I know at least some of you guys thought they would do this season. All right, the next game for Dallas is Week 11 at the Kansas City Chiefs, who suddenly look like they are back to the Chiefs team we thought they were going to be after blowing out the Las Vegas Raiders. I expect this line to change over the coming days, but for now, the Chiefs a 2-point favorite at home. I'm not terribly surprised by that. Kind of checks out for the most part from my perspective. It should be a damn good game, and yeah, I'll be there for that game as well, back in the office to do one of our watch parties. So predict the score for me of this one. And I think for this game, because the Chiefs are favored, I need you guys to mention who you think is going to win. If you don't put a team, I'll assume it's the Cowboys. Just make it clear for me. Head down to the comments, get those score predictions in. Week 12, the Cowboys host the Las Vegas Raiders on Thanksgiving Day, a game that means a lot for me personally. A, it's my birthday. I would love to have a Cowboys win. B, I don't want to deal with Mitchell Renz, host of our Raiders Report show, if the Cowboys actually lose to Las Vegas. Now, the Raiders got blown out last week. We'll see if they bounce back, and the Cowboys haven't always been a good team on Thanksgiving. I would like a win this little tough stretch, by the way. Week 11, 12, and 13, which we'll get to in a second. If the Cowboys can win 2 of those games, I'd be feeling pretty good about that, given how tough of a schedule it is with the road games, the home game, the teams you're facing. It's a tough little run here for Dallas. Now, at the beginning of today's show, I asked you guys to predict the Cowboys' record. If you didn't do it already, go do it right now. This is going to be the pinned comment on today's video. So if the ad break comes on YouTube, then head down there and get your final official record predictions in for the Dallas Cowboys. Week 13, Thursday night football. Again, a massively brutal stretch of games. Sunday, Thursday for Dallas. On the road at New Orleans in prime time on Thursday night football. The Saints are not the same team without Jameis Winston. Alvin Kamara has been banged up, but he should be back in time for that Week 13 game. That stretch at KC against the Raiders at the Saints is really the toughest 3-game stretch Dallas had since the opening slate of games. 2 wins is what I'm aiming for. If they get that, they will firmly be in the mix for the number 1 seed because the back half of the schedule, the final 5 games, heavy on division rivals. That begins at Washington, Week 14 on the road. It is 3 road games and 4 matchups, although they have extra prep time coming off the Saints matchup, so I don't hate that too much there. Washington will not have Chase Young. Their defense has not been that good as of late. There is no Ryan Fitzpatrick coming back. Dallas should win that game. They are very clearly the massive favorites in the NFC East. They are running away with this division. Could Philly make a run at the playoffs? Actually, sure. Their schedule's not that tough the rest of the way. The last 2 spots in the NFC are very much wide open in the division. Beyond the Rams, the next 2 wildcard teams are, whatever. But this is clearly the Cowboys, which is checked out by their odds from our sportsbook partner, BetUS, right? Dallas minus 3,300. You got to bet a lot of money just to win a singular dollar on that line. Eagles are next at plus 1,000. Washington, New York, who we'll get to here in a minute, they're not being viewed as credible threats right now in the division, frankly, nor should they. It's not technically over yet, but the fat lady has begun to sing. It's over in the NFC East. Barring a colossal collapse or an injury, knock on wood, Dallas will get at least the 4 seed, but we all want more than the number 4 seed. And I don't know anyone else out there giving you guys a Cowboys jersey if you guys want more. That's helped out with if you sign up and deposit with our sportsbook partner, BetUS. Pay attention to the instructions. Number 1, use promo code Cowboys125 at chatsports.com/bet. If you do both of those things, my life becomes a hell of a lot easier, and I would really appreciate that. When you put down at least $100, you get the deposit bonus and a Cowboys jersey. Now, you can email jersey@chatsports.com. They'll hook you up with all the instructions from sending us a screenshot of your first bet, your account number, utilizing the right promo code URL. It's that one right there. Chatsports.com/bet, promo code Cowboys125. And then, we'll need your shipping info to actually get you the jersey, because how else are you going to get it, right? We have 3 jerseys of players available. Dak Prescott only in the color rush. CeeDee Lamb in both the navy and the color rush. And the exact same is true as it relates to Lamb as Zeke Elliott. Both of those 2 players. We have the color rush and the navy. Email us, jersey@chatsports.com. If you have questions, we'll give you a full list of the information, the steps to sign up and deposit. But remember to use chatsports.com/bet. Takes you right into the BetUS site. And promo code Cowboys125. That gets you a 125% deposit bonus. All right, back to the other games here. The Cowboys at the Giants. Again, they play a lot of road games this season. It's actually not easy for Dallas. You're reading this correctly, folks. The Cowboys from Week 11 to Week 15 have 1 game at home. There are 4 of them on the road, including 3 in a row, but the Thursday night game helps balance that a little bit. Dallas should be favored in this one. Frankly, come Week 15, I doubt the Giants are really playing for much. They could technically be alive in the postseason race, but who here fears New York? I certainly don't. What Dallas will probably be paying for at that point, either A, they could potentially be in clinch the division mode around this time, and frankly, more importantly, seeding. Seeding matters this year. There's only 1 bye, and you don't want to get the number 4 seed, because I don't want to play the Rams or the Cardinals in the opening round of the playoffs. That is not going to be an easy game. The Packers, the Rams, the Cardinals, the Bucs, and the Cowboys are the 5 good NFC teams. I would love to get a bye. It's to be determined on that front. At minimum, I don't want the 4 seed. I would much rather play a Saints, a Panthers, an Eagles, a Falcons, a whoever, than to play the Rams or the Cardinals in the first round of the postseason. So, with that in mind, maybe you want to type in 1 to get the hype going. What seed, 1, 2, 3, or 4 are your options, will the Cowboys get this year? Week 16, I don't think this gets flexed out because it's the Cowboys and they're good. Dallas hosts Washington. Now, of course, these records will be much different by then, but we're using the current records because, not going to try to predict the future here. Washington might very well be eliminated at this point. I think Dallas, though, will be a heavy favorite at home, still fighting for that playoff seeding. Now, if you guys want free Cowboys videos every single day from myself and also the Boys and Girls Show with Jane Slater, Bobby Belt, subscribe today. We give you free videos here at the Cowboys Report, and we always will. Week 17, this is the toughest game, I think, maybe the Chiefs game, left on the schedule for Dallas. Now, I don't think the Cowboys get flexed into any other Sunday Night Football games except maybe for this one, because this game could have massive implications for who gets the bye. The winner of this game might get the bye in the NFC. That's how impactful this matchup is. It is a premier game. Arizona, although they looked bad last week, have been great when Kyler Murray's been healthy. This is one of the toughest and also most intriguing games left on the Cowboys' schedule. And make no mistake, it will not be a cakewalk for Dallas. Now, I think the Cardinals game is the toughest. Maybe you go Chiefs or the Saints, as it's the third game in 12 days for Dallas. Let me know in the comments what you think the toughest game left for the Cowboys is. They end the year, Dallas does, Week 18. There is a real chance that Dallas will be playing for nothing. They might already be locked in to their seeding at this point, in which case they will probably sit some of their key players, which could be an issue if Philly's alive in the postseason. That is a future problem the Cowboys will approach later on, but they do end the year at Philly, and I feel very confident by then have already long clinched the NFC East. Now, I asked you guys to get your predictions in the comments. If you haven't, do it right now. My prediction. I've got the Cowboys going 13-4. I think they lose one of those games in that tough 3-game stretch against the Chiefs, Raiders, Saints, and one more down the back end of the season. Could be in Week 17, maybe Week 18 if they've already clinched the number 1 seed. 13-4 might be enough to get that number 1 seed. It might be the 2 seed, hell, could be the 3 seed. It's going to be tough. So I want to keep winning games because I want that bye. The schedule gets tough for a couple games, but look, this should be a bunch of wins down the stretch for Dallas because they get to play a not very good NFC East for many of those matchups.